What's up, guys and gals out there on the interweb of YouTube? How is everybody doing today? Happy early Father's Day for any of you fellow fathers out there. Give it a second here and wait for the stream to catch up here. And let me know how my audio is sounding out there. Thanks for joining us, Ace of Spades. Good to see you, man. Always a pleasure. So let me know if my levels need to come up or my levels need to come down. Just give me a shout and let me know. We'll chat for a little bit today about music, maybe movies, some audio gear, and then towards the end of the stream, we will award a lovely pair of Dan Clark Aeon 2 Noire headphones. I'm excited to give these away, and all of us from TSAV are really excited to give one lucky winner these headphones. And thanks again to Dan and DCA Audio for all your support. Hey, what's up, Christopher? Welcome, man. Good to see you. Hey, what's up, Grim 650? How are ya? Welcome. Thanks for joining us, man. What's up, Joseph W? Thanks for joining us, man. It's just Joe. What's up, man? Welcome, buddy. Good to see all you guys. I'm excited to spend a little bit of the afternoon with you guys today. So, Joseph, you think my levels sound good? How's everybody else? Is my levels good? Are my levels good for everybody else? Give it a few more minutes. I don't want it to be too quiet or too loud, so let me know. If they need to come up a little bit, I can always pull them up. Howdy, partner. All right, we'll give it another minute or two for a few people to show up, and we'll get some chit-chatting going and talking some stuff. Hey, Rody, what's up, bro? How are you, man? Good to see you. Thanks for joining, man. Edward, levels sound good to you? Awesome, man. AM1 SF1T? Yeah, good vibes. Good vibes, brother. Good vibes. Awesome. Sounds good. All right, cool. Well, let's hang out for a little bit and chat. And then towards the end of the stream, we will award a pair of headphones out. So talk to me, guys and gals out there. What have you guys been listening to lately? What's on your Rune playlist, your Tidal playlist, your Kobuz playlist? What do you recommend I give a listen to lately? Drop me some music recommendations in the comments, or something you've been listening to that you're really excited about lately. And don't forget to smash the like button for this video if you can. It helps support the YouTube algorithm so more people can see this video. So, you guys liking these contests so far and these giveaways? I'll probably give you some hints also towards the end of this video or this stream today of what we might be doing for our next giveaway. It's going to be our most valuable giveaway yet as far as prize, as far as the price of the prize. So I'm not going to tell you what it is because that'll be saved for next week for the announcement, but I'll give you a hint at least of the manufacturer. Remind me towards the end of the stream. Yes, happy Father's Day weekend, Rody. Absolutely, man. I'm looking forward to hanging with my daughter tomorrow for Father's Day. Thievery. Nice. Nothing new and you've been listening to. Let me move this a little. There we go. That's better. Radiohead. You've been listening to a lot of Radiohead. AM1. Very cool. Let's see. Dylan, welcome, man. You've been listening to Hella Long a bunch lately. Very cool. Awesome. I love it. When you guys are discovering music, just curious, how do you guys discover music? I know how I generally do, but what are your ways of discovery for music? Let's see. Joseph, you've been listening to Aura's Inflections of a Different Kind, album 1 and 2. Very cool. Very cool. Apple Tree has been stuck in your head. Post that. Very nice. Fios Potentia by Ron Trent. Nice. Very cool. You guys have been listening to a lot of good stuff lately. And have you guys primarily been listening on headphones, speakers, or a combination of both? Just curious. Yes, Dire Straits is one of my favorites, Rody. Money for Nothing remaster on Qobuz. Fantastic, man. They they're just fantastic. So I was reading about Dire Straits and how during when they were recording a lot of that music, that was when the transition was happening to CDs. And if you've read about like CDs and how everything started to transfer from analog to CD digital, a lot of the times a lot of the music didn't sound as good, but Dire Straits had created some kind of multiple analog to digital conversion that went through so many different steps before they created their CDs that kept it sounding so good. And I think it still holds true. Their music just sounds phenomenal. Let's see, N Young was on play at the pool today. Nice. Were you at a pool party? Where were you at? That sounds fun. Summertime. Let's see, Dylan, you use Reddit test songs that people use. People usually suggesting that they love this. Yeah, that's a good way. Reddit's a great way. Absolutely. So Guillermo, you use the algorithm until you find something you like, and then you look up the artist. What algorithm are you using though? Are you using Spotify? Are you using Qobuz, Tidal, Amazon Music? What algorithm is recommending music? Just curious. Rune. So AM1, you're using Discover Music by Spotify. Okay, cool. A lot of people I think use that. Spotify has really good discovery features. A new song to stream, I'll usually try, look up, or ask people what song it is. Yeah, that's cool. I'm willing to die on this hill. Money for Nothing has the best. Yeah, man. Dylan, I agree. That guitar opening is just it's phenomenal. Phenomenal. I'm just gonna check over here, make sure all's good with the stream. Yeah, stream looks good. So we're all good there. What about movies? You guys watch any new movies lately? Did you guys see the new Top Gun? I'm curious. I'm curious to hear some opinions about the new Top Gun. You guys see it? I did see it, and I'm gonna hold my opinion. I want to see what you guys think of it out there. Christopher uses Apple lossless music. Yeah. How do you like the new Apple lossless? Has it been enjoyable for you, Christopher? I've heard pretty good things about it so far. Rhodey, you're primarily listening to headphones right now, and you're looking to build an area, it looks like, for speakers. Yeah, speakers are tough when you have families. It definitely is more challenging, especially if you have a significant other, because then there's, you know, everybody has to decide on how that space should look, and it's a lot different. So headphones do kind of make that easier. Let's see. Yeah, well, headphones are a great solution, AM1. Um, when you have neighbors, if you don't want to bother the neighbors, 100%. And that's why headphones are so great. How about IEMs? You guys, any of you listen on IEMs? Let's see. Keps is one of my discovery tools for Ace of Spades, either YouTube channel or their app. Cool. That's new. That's cool. New to me. Throw that comment up there, Christopher, because he's using Apple Music Lossless and Spotify. Very cool. So Guillermo, when you switch between Amazon Music and Tidal, I'm just curious because I find their libraries to be pretty similar. Do you find that they Amazon Music or Tidal does a better job of recommending? I'm just curious. Sirius XM. I just canceled my Sirius XM subscription. Maybe I should keep it. I do like it when I'm driving in my car, but then at the same time, it's like I have like 5 music subscriptions already. I'm like, do I need another one? But I do enjoy Sirius XM. Let me throw that up there too. A lot of Spotify for discovery. How many Rune users? Are there any Rune users out there? Just curious. So, Rhodey, you haven't seen Top Gun yet, huh? Oh no, Jurassic Park was meh? Oh no, no. I wanted Jurassic Park to be good. I was looking forward to that one. Grim, no IMs, they don't fit your ears comfortably. Yeah, I kind of have that problem too a little bit. Um, well, I'm not going to give away what I'm reviewing right now, but I was playing with some IEMs and we'll just kind of get an announcement next week about it. But I find they're hard to get the proper seal and proper fit. But you have to just keep trying different tips and sometimes foam tips or other ones that'll expand in the ear to make them work. But once you do get it, they sound pretty good. Let's see, Rody, you don't use Kobos alone. It's mostly via Rune. Yeah, me too. That's how I use. That's exactly how I use Kobos too, is via Rune. Rarely use IEM since my phone doesn't have it. Yeah, well, there's a pretty cool set of headphones that I can, or IEMs that we'll talk about maybe next week that could allow you to still use IEMs and sound pretty darn good without having to plug into the phone. Let's see. You Ace of Spades had Maggie, LRS, and Hegel, and had to sell once you had kids. Yeah, yeah, kids. I mean, I'm pretty lucky. My daughter's. I've raised her around speakers pretty young, so she's pretty well versed in knowing her limits and not getting too close to the speakers in the house, which is actually really cool. You know, she's really great with that, and she loves to listen to music with me. But if you had multiple kids, that could be hard. Rhodey, Hollywood doesn't know when to stop. The remakes just never end. Yeah, I mean, I thought Top Gun, the newest one, I thought it was enjoyable. I thought it was a little campy at times though, but the fight scenes and the flight scenes in the fighter jets that was pretty amazing. Definitely almost have to have seen the first one, which probably most of us have, but for it to make sense, you really almost have to have seen the first one. The Jurassic World movie was good, just was a little too short on the dinosaurs. What? Eggward, they didn't have enough dinosaurs? That's like the whole point of the movie. Oh, man. Let's see. Been looking into getting custom IEMs. Yeah. Custom IEMs would probably be the ticket. I think for me, like I own a pair of IEMs personally. I don't use them very much, but I think the more I think about traveling on my motorcycle and going places, though, the more the idea is growing on me. Just not having to pack as much stuff, or like a set of headphones. Let's see. Dylan's gone through a lot of IEMs and AirPods. I mean, honestly, the AirPod Pros sound pretty good, and they're really convenient if you're an Apple user. So I can't hate on them at all. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Sometimes IEMs can over time cause a little bit of listening fatigue if they're not comfortable. Real world today, they'd use a drone. Use a drone for what? What are you talking about? Oh, for dinosaurs? I don't know. I'm not sure what that was about. That's funny. Yeah, IEMs. I mean, I don't use IEMs in my helmet when I ride, Joseph. I have a I have a Bluetooth helmet set up with a Cena system in it. The audio quality is not the best, but I mean it's convenient for navigation. I still can listen to music too, but it's obviously with a engine sound, it's not going to ever be the greatest. I did just invest in some riding earplugs for my helmet, so when I ride, I can cut down some of the wind noise. I ride a BMW F 850 GS adventure bike. It's pretty fun. Let's see. Um, no, you're not crazy, Grim. I mean, if you had a pair of IMs that you liked that were comfortable and they fit your ear, I mean, that's the thing is whatever fits your ear and you like and you enjoy. I think that's kind of, and then of course the sound signature of the IMs, it makes a huge difference. Oh, in place of Top Gun using drones. Oh, I see what you're saying. I got it, Rody. Now that makes more sense. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I get it. Now I'm following. You plugged your headphones out one time. It was loud. I don't know. I'm not sure what you mean by that. I always try and get yeah, the complete foam tips. Yes. That's exactly what I was going to say. They're great. They actually make it work for me. Yeah, the stock tips on IMs just no go. Let's see. Joseph is on a Cardo and he used to use speakers and earplugs, but found IMs ended up being more comfortable. Very cool. Yeah, that makes sense. I can get with that. I'm not an IM guy, but I do like the Bluetooth wireless IMs. Yeah, yep. Yeah, especially for working out. I agree. Hey, what's up, Tyler? Cheers, man. Good to see you. Happy early Father's Day. Yeah, going to the gym in IEMs is kind of a no-brainer, right? Gotta have something, even if they're like the cheap, like small cheap ones. Something. I mean, I've actually worn I've worn Porta Pros to the gym before too, but wires tend to get caught on everything sometimes, then yanked, so it's just easier to have something small, lightweight in your ear when you work out. Or if I work out in my garage, because I have a gym set up in my garage, I got a Rogue set up in my garage. I have actually a pair of little speakers in there that I'll just pump music into the garage. Unless my daughter's sleeping, and then I go with like some cheap, small Apple IEMs. Because I wouldn't want to wear like $1,500 IEMs when I'm working out. It doesn't sound like a good idea. With my luck, they'll probably fall off and smash. Thank you, Tyler. Thank you, man. You guys got anything fun planned for Father's Day tomorrow, Tyler? Gonna do anything special? Cook barbecue, have some good beers or something. I'm sure you guys got a fun plan. All right, let's see. I haven't tried the olives, the Sure Olives, uh, Grim Grim 650, but yeah, the Complete foams I have, and I do agree they actually work so far, so far the best for me too as well. What other movies are out right now that I wanted to talk about? Oh man, the one I really did like was the latest Marvel movie, and I think I talked about it the last time we streamed, but that was really good. And I'm just drawing a blank on it right now. Somebody will remind me. But that was really fun and enjoyable with the multiverse. Always interesting. Oh, what I was watching last night though, that I really finally I'm late to it. There's so many great television shows, right? So it's kind of like you're always playing catch up. I had finished the Mayans. I got all caught up on the Mayans MC, which was interesting way that one ended. And then I started watching what's it called now? Oh man. Stranger Things. Stranger Things, the new season of Stranger Things. And I just love that. The cinematography, the throwback to the 80s, cuz I'm a child of the 80s. I was born in the 70s. So, you know, that to me was just so super enjoyable and fun to watch and start. And it's got some pretty scary parts. I mean, it's not like horror, terrifying scary, but keeps you on the edge of your toes. Doctor Strange. Thank you, Edward. That's what I was trying to think of. I don't know why. I'm a little tired today. I was up too late watching too many good movies and TV. The new Spider-Man was good too, AM1. I also enjoyed that as well, actually. A lot. I love Spider-Man. I really like Spider-Man when Seth Mc or yeah, McFarlane, not Seth, but McFarlane started drawing Spider-Man. He's one of my favorite comic book artists. He also did the Spawn series. And I think I have the spawn. Yeah, I do have like the first 25 spawns, one through 25. So his art is just gorgeous. He's an amazing artist. Let me see, check on this. Yeah, I agree, Christopher. But that's kind of always, well, not always the case, but yeah, the first two episodes, I mean, I was pretty drawn in from episode one, but I think I just finished the third last night. And then I was like, I gotta watch something else before I go to bed. I gotta like clear and cleanse my palate. I don't want to like go to bed and dream about this stuff. So I ended up watching a movie called Hustle. There's a basketball movie with Adam Sandler, and it was super fun. I loved it. It was kind of one of those inspiring stories. It was really great. Yes, Wolverine. I have Wolverine #1 too. I love Wolverine. He's my all-time favorite comic book character. But yeah, Spider-Man's right up there with Wolverine. I love those guys. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely watch Stranger Things a little bit more tonight. I can't when my daughter's with me, I can't watch stuff like that. So when she's not with me, I gotta get my fill of those kind of shows. Because even if she goes to bed and she hears me watching TV, she's gonna come out and wanna she wants to see what I'm watching, and she can't watch that kind of stuff. It's not good. All right, cool. Just a little lag on the stream. Just checking the stream health real fast. Make sure we're good. Yeah, we're good. Awesome. Cool, cool. Yo, Grumpy Goose. Guys, if you don't know who Grumpy Goose is, he is the guy that makes these incredible stands. I mean, I don't know, I'm a little biased, but they're my favorite headphone stands in the game for sure. Good to see you, brother. Um, what else would I was gonna ask you guys today? Um, oh yeah, so I know a lot of you guys requested some turntable stuff like for an upcoming video, and I'm gonna do some I'll do some content on my Marantz turntable because it's a pretty incredible table for the price, honestly. It's actually made by Clear Audio, which is one of the premier turntable builders in the world. So I'll have to do some content on it, and it's actually really pretty looking too. So it's aesthetically quite pleasing, and it sounds really good. And the cartridge you get with it, I think the cartridge alone is like 900 or $1,000 plus the tone arm and then the platter. I mean, it's like one of the best values for a turntable in the game right now. Yes, he does make some sexy headphone stands. I just got another one from him. He gave, I think, a zebra wood. Man, it is gorgeous. I mean, I thought this one was pretty, and the zebra one, whew, he outdid himself. If you saw the latest comparison video with the Aeon 2 Noirs versus the LCD 2Cs, I had them on the opposing Grumpy Goose stands, and it was just really fun to film. They were beautiful. What else do you guys want to see more content on in the future? I always like this opportunity to kind of chat with you guys and hang out a little bit and find out what other types of stuff you would like to see. I know we talked a little bit about DAX as well last time we streamed. And then we talked about turntables and adding some more content on them. Do you want to see any more speaker content? I'm just curious how our audience always is. You know, I know we have a mix of both two-channel lovers, home cinema, and headphone and IEM users because this is a kind of more diverse YouTube channel because the Source AV, you know, if you don't know, they've been around for a very long time. And the two brothers that founded it, Jason and Steven, you know, they're very entrenched with all kinds of different audio video products and, you know, from some of the best manufacturers in the world. So we have the opportunity to kind of showcase a lot of different stuff. So I'm always interested in hearing what you guys want to hear or see more of. What else you guys doing this weekend? You guys got any big plans? The dads out there, you guys gonna do anything fun tomorrow? Let me know. Drop me a comment. Let me know. Rody, let me tell you. Hold on. Where do we get these? Oh, it popped up. It hasn't popped out. I'll add it up to this stream. It'll pop up in a second. I'll add it for the other people to see, but I can see it on my other computer. I get these teas. I can't remember what it's called, but if you go to my MR Hi-Fi Reviews website, that I was more active on it before I started working with the source. There is some little like little photographs of where I get these teas from, because I get like these, my Dungeons and Dragons teas and other bands and stuff that I love. That's where I get all those t-shirts. I just can't remember the name of the place right now. But yeah, they make some pretty cool t-shirts. Let me see. Let me see if I can add that. There we go. It should come up now. Tube amps. Yes, man. Grim, I love tube amps too. I do need more tube amps in my life. You're looking for AM1, you're looking for a New Balance headphone amp? What price, just out of curiosity, what price range are you considering? Videos about putting together a system would be helpful for anyone trying to move from just headphones and IMs to also yeah, I like that, Guillermo. Yeah, like maybe like a starter system, moving from headphones or IEMs to your first, maybe bookshelf speaker system, and kind of putting it together at maybe, a lower price point, not the highest price point. That's a great idea. Maybe just building kind of different systems. I like that. There you go, Rody. I found your comment. I put it on there. Yeah, check out my old website. It's still active. I just don't use it very much anymore now that I'm, full time with a Source AV. But you can find where I get these t-shirts there. Let's see. Dylan, you're more of a headphone user. You have a pair of clips that you like. Okay, cool. Very cool. Yeah, the listening experience is so much different between headphones and speakers. They're both awesome in their own ways. They're just unique. I mean, I think for me personally, if I have the choice, I'm always going to lean towards speakers just because that's my preference. But then secondary would be headphones, and then last would probably be IEMs. AM1, you're thinking low to mid budget. Well, I mean, honestly, with what some people spend on headphones and headphone amps and DACs, you can build a really good sounding speaker system too as well. But I mean, it just depends on what you're looking at. I mean, I think for instance, like the Marantz 40N that I reviewed a while back is not a significantly expensive speaker amp, and you could add that plus, a nice pair of speakers, and you have a pretty good all-in-one little system almost. And then if you have a turntable, you can just plug it right into that. Yeah, you're eyeing that Luxman headphone amp, Ace of Spades, very cool. Yeah, I think for the first time in my life, or not my life, I should say, but the first time in the last few years, I don't really have the upgrade itch right now, which is one, because I work for such a great company and in TSAV that I get to have stuff sent to me, so I get to check it out. But even the stuff that I own personally, I'm really happy with it. I haven't had the desire to want to buy something new in the headphone world or in the speaker world, because I'm really happy with everything that I have currently. In fact, I still got to sell some of my other headphones that I'm just not using, because I mean, I think at one point I was up to like 12 pairs of headphones, and it's just impossible for me to use 12 pairs of headphones, at least regularly, right? Yeah, that's a good question actually. How many pairs of headphones do you guys own out there? I'm just curious. And then if you own more than say 3, like if you own 5 plus, how often are you able to listen to all of them? Do you lean towards one set over another, and then do the other ones just kind of sit on the shelf just looking at you with jealousy and saying, why won't dad wear me and listen to me? I'm just curious. Let me know. So if you're looking at building a speaker system for $250 to $300, AM1, or are you talking a headphone system? Yeah, getting grabbing B stock stuff, I mean, is a great way to save money. Honestly, like an open item or B stock through the manufacturer, or whatever. I mean, we'll get returns sometimes, and we can give you a better price on certain things. So it's a great way to do it. Generally speaking, they all, not always, but generally speaking, if it was just an open box and it's been come back to a store and checked and everything's fine, they still can carry a manufacturer warranty. So you really have nothing to worry about most of the time, as long as it's in good shape. So Ace of Spades, you have 10 headphones and you use 6 to 7 regularly. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a lot of people. I think in this hobby have more than 5 or 6 pairs. For me, I think just from a time perspective, I have a harder time doing that, especially because I also listen to speakers. So then it's like, do I listen to speakers in this room? Do I listen to speakers in that room? And so I started combining my headphone listening and speakers into one room, and I still have a setup in my office too as well, where I'll work and do stuff in there. But I think for me, if I could get down to like 5 would be probably the right number for me, and they would probably get enough use. But I think at 1.12 was just too much. Hey, what's up? What's up, Niflim81? Yeah, I think, 3 headphones and 1 set. That's probably solid too. That's actually because you're gonna get a good use out of those. You'll be able to use those pretty regularly. Yeah, I guess I do have a couple pair of IEMs, but one of them doesn't ever get used, and then the other, honestly, is just they're like my Apple ones, so I use those for like phone calls and stuff like that. They get used a lot. Oh, okay, gotcha. AM1, so headphone system only. Got it. It says figured out that I don't use a third headphone even though I have more than 3. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Some people just lean more towards one headphone or over another. Grumpy Goose, you have 6 headphones, but you try to rotate through as much as you can. Yeah, that's good. And it's fun too, right? To change it up and change up the signature. Or sometimes you have certain headphones that just really play well with a particular genre of music. As much as manufacturers would like to say all headphones play well with all genres of music, I think that in my experience, that isn't always the case. Some of them do. Some of them are tuned pretty well to work well with most genres of music. But like for me, the Empyrean from Meze was like the electronic music king. I just thought that those headphones, when I was able to review them, they were, in my opinion, one of the best headphones I've heard for electronic music. But other sound signature or other music, their sound signature wasn't as good. Whereas the Meze Elite is more of like a universal player, I think. Says it's just Joe. Says I own 7 and use 3 regularly, and the few of the others are stationed around the house. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, like having like a bedroom set up or another listening area set up. That makes sense. It's kind of like I do the same thing with speakers in my house and headphones. I have my main listening room, and then I have a secondary room that kind of is also where my TV is set up. Eventually, I'd like to build a whole another theater room where my main stereo speaker room is, because that could be a really cool room for really high fidelity surround sound, because that surround sound I have now are just in ceiling speakers, and I find that they're okay. I mean, they're good quality in ceiling speakers, but I don't find they they sound as good as if I would have had towers and a dedicated like true center channel instead of an in ceiling center channel. So, um, so yeah, I have different rooms. But the coolest thing I like to do lately is take Rune and I link up the three areas of my house, like whether it be my bedroom, my main speaker room, and then my TV room slash kitchen area, and I can have the same music playing. So like if I'm just cruising around the house, I got that music going throughout the entire house. I really enjoy that. Joseph, between you and your girlfriend with IEMs and speaker setups, you have 10. That's cool. That's cool that you got a girlfriend that's into it, man. That's fantastic. That's the way. This is the way. Good for you. Dylan, you've had up to 5, and right now you're down to 3. 3 is a good number. I think that's a good number. You can probably get a lot of use. You'd like to have more. That's funny. Yes, I think we all have that feeling from time to time. That desire to get more audio gear. Nothing wrong with that. Cool thing is if you ended up not liking it, you can always sell it. Morning Sun, you have over 20 pairs of headphones? Damn! You usually use them all, rotating every few weeks, having between 3 and 5 out at a time. I would regularly crib. Wow, that's a lot. That's cool. So you got kind of a system for how you rotate them through. That's smart. Thank you, man. Thank you. Happy early Father's Day to you too. It's good to have you on the stream with us. Appreciate you joining us. Yeah, Christopher, the Elite is awesome, dude. I love the Elite. I think it well, and the other thing I like about the Elite too, yeah, it's not gonna be like the most if you're super treble head, it's probably not gonna be your pick, right? Or if your detail and resolution, having the highest detail and resolution is your game, then maybe that's not it. It still has plenty of detail and resolution, and it still has very good treble, in my humble opinion. And the fact that you can switch between those magnetic easy ear pads, you get 2 different sound signatures, and they're so comfortable. They're so comfortable. Like I go back and forth between my LCD5, and I think the LCD5 is just incredible for what it can do, but that upper mid range is so forward, and so energetic that on when listening to some music, it can be a little tough or fatiguing after a while. So I'm still waiting for them to drop their Rune preset, because I think once they drop that, if they give a nice bass shelf lift to it, and maybe just tone down that upper mid range a little bit, I think that headphone would be, I mean, for me, could be the only headphone I'd really need, because it's so good. But the Meze Elite, I could also say the same thing without having to really do anything or any EQ or presets, and just kind of based on the genre of music I'm listening to, bouncing between those 2 different ear pads. I really love the Meze Elite. I don't like Meze in general. They just, I like Odyssey as well, but I mean, I think that the Meze Elite, they did a really good job of that headphone. I think it's gotten some great reviews, all around, and I think that some people hold any flagship headphone to, it has to be at this certain standard, or it has to be this headphone, or it has to be better than this headphone for this price. But realistically, it's like, what's best for you? Like, Christopher loves it, I love it. Does it have to be the most detailed headphone in the world with the highest level of treble? I mean, that's not what I'm looking for anyways. So, but some people are, and more power to them, and that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. Closebacks for the office, 2 sets. So Ace of Spades has closebacks for the office, 2 sets for desktop tube setup, and another 2 to 3 sets for your main solid state setup. Nice to have specialists for. Yes, it's so true. I mean, it's true because, unless you're really big into EQ, or you just can synergize a perfect situation with an amp or tone control, whatever it is, certain headphones just excel in certain areas, and closebacks are important for the office, or if you have kids and you don't want to wake up your kids or bother a significant other. So, like a pair like these Aeon 2 Noirs have pretty good ability to keep sound in. So closebacks, you got to have at least one closeback, I would think. Well, let's see. So Grim likes using a laid-back, wide-sounding headphone, an energetic, forward, bassy headphone to complement it. Yeah, yeah, I like soundstage for me too. I think soundstage is one of the more important things, both with speakers and headphones. It just creates a sense of realism when you're listening to music. If you don't have, a good executed soundstage, for me, in my taste, it really takes away from my listening experience. It doesn't always have to be, and that's not to say an intimate soundstage can't be a good thing. Like if you're listening to Melody Gardot, her live album, the Stelia, doesn't have a wide soundstage. It's very intimate. It's extremely accurate, and it images extremely well, but it's not very wide. But sometimes you might like that. Like if you're listening to Lana Del Rey or Melody Gardot or, You know, whether you love male vocalists or female vocalists and you just want that intimacy, it can be actually a really good thing. As a father, you'd happily take the Yun 2 Noire as a present. Yes, that's right. I bet you would. I think a lot of people would. It's a good looking headphone, too. It's very easygoing. Like, you know, I didn't have any issues with it. Um, it just has an easygoing signature. You know, it's not the most dynamic sounding, if you really are about punch, but it has a nice soundstage. Very nice soundstage and a great mid range. Um, let's see. So I'm just kind of scrolling through your guys's. Eggward, yes. It's good to have you in the chat, man. Thank you for being here. Absolutely. Yeah, we're going to try to do as many of these as we can, you know. We like giving back to the community as much as possible. We appreciate all your support helping grow this channel, you know. If you can, share it with your friends and let's build this community together. We want this to be a community about all of you guys and where you feel comfortable sharing, and whatever your opinion is going to be respected here as long as you're like not being a jerk or something. But, you know, we want people to feel very welcome on this channel and in our store. If you guys are ever in Southern California, I'm telling you, okay, even if you're just visiting for business or you're just traveling or you're going to be close, gotta check out the Source AV. And I'm not just saying that because I work for the Source AV. I don't make any commissions or anything like that, so you don't have to worry about that. This is just my job to create content, visual content. It's the coolest job ever, right? And I work with just a great team of guys over there. So, but I'm telling you this as a music and movie lover. When I got to go to the Source AV for the first time and just film there, there's so many different rooms to just listen to music in, whether you're just into 2 channel or whether you want to see home cinema. There's multiple cinema rooms, like 4 or 5 cinema rooms where you can just go in and listen to different home theater, home cinema, surround sound, projector, drop down screens, you know, LCD TV, OLEDs. I mean, you name it, it's there. And then you've got like, you know, 40 or 50 plus pairs of headphones and headphone amplifiers in their own entire section dedicated to it as well. It's literally like, it's like Disneyland. If you're into Disneyland, well, there you go. You could, if you're into Disneyland, go hit Disneyland and then go hit the Source. You get best of both worlds. But I mean, it's literally just I'm gushing a little bit right now because it's just so fun. I wish I lived closer to the Source because I would be in there more often, just hanging out and listening to stuff. They got so much cool stuff. I love working with them. They're great. Christopher, have you got to go in there yet? I know you live in SoCal. Have you got to go check them out yet? Hopefully you have. Let's see. Oh, here's something cool I can share. I don't know if we put them on our website yet, but I think we're going to be getting some new Sennheiser headphones, like some of the classic ones, like the 650 and 600. So a lot of people are big fans of those. So we should have those on our website pretty soon for sale if they're not already there. I just saw somebody mentioning the HD6XX and some other Sennheiser headphones. That made me think of that. You just bought the WA22? That's a sweet purchase, my friend. Wow. Yeah, the D8000s from Final are pretty good sounding. I enjoyed them. I think I reviewed the D8000. I didn't review them in full, but I compared them. I think the D8000s with Pro pads, and I thought they were quite enjoyable. I think they probably pair better for my taste with like a neutral to maybe a slightly more energetic tube amp, I would say. They got a lot of bass and warmth to them. They're very warm, enjoyable headphones. Yes, Christopher, I'm gonna work on getting those, man. I'm gonna work on getting the new Odysseys because I'm very interested as well. They've just been doing Odyssey's been doing some great stuff lately. It does look pretty too. They've been building really pretty headphones. Just getting caught up with the chat. If you see me looking over here, that's what I'm doing. I'm not ignoring you guys. Just want to make sure I keep engaging, because to me these live streams, of course, I could just hop on here, we can just give away some headphones and we're done. But really, I look forward to this. I just look forward to hanging out with you guys and just chatting. So I want to make sure I'm engaging with you guys in the comments. So Dylan's got a pair of open and closed backs, but I like with, which is why I have. Okay, cool. Yeah, for me, I'm 90% of the time always going to grab open backs, just because most of the time they just sound more open and the soundstage is more enjoyable in most of them. But if I need to, if I'm live streaming and having guests on or something like that, and I don't want that to bleed out, or if I'm having to do some work in my office and my daughter's bedroom is next to my office and I don't want to bother her, then I'll put on my closed backs. Or sometimes if I'm just wanting, that certain experience, for me, my go-to are my Stellia. So Source AB is like a can jam. It is 100%. I mean, honestly, it's yes. And let me tell you why I love can jam, but let me tell you why the Source AV is also an exceptional version of can jam, but in its own way superior in some sense, because it's quiet. You can actually hear stuff and listen. So like, I love can jam, and they do such a good job of putting it together, and I can't wait to go to the next one. But it's so loud because there's so many people talking in there. So getting a real true opinion of a set of headphones, you'll get an idea of what it sounds like, but, or an amp or whatever, but you really never, especially if they're open backs, you're really never getting a quiet enough environment. So the Source stays pretty quiet for the most part, and the headphone area is separated from all the speaker rooms, and the doors close of the speaker rooms, as well as in the cinema rooms. So they do a really good job of setting up an optimal listening environment. Yeah, Grim 650. Check out the Source, man. If you're in SoCal or anywhere near that area, I mean, you just go in there and you can try everything out. Wayne and Jason and the whole staff there are so friendly. You can just cruise around, listen to different stuff, And if you can also, even if you just hit us up through the website and you're like, hey, I want to bring in a set of my own headphones to do like A/B comparison to another one, just send a message through the website, let them know, and you can just bring them in. You can A/B, or if it's like a specific amp that you have, that they may not have on the floor because it might not be a model we carry, you can also contact them and set that up. So that way that the headphones you're listening to at the Source are going to be what you want to pair with your rig at home. Yeah, I need to reach out to Woo and get one of their amps in for a review. I think that's a great call. We'll look into doing something like that, because I've been very interested in reviewing their gear for a while. You haven't made it there yet, Christopher? Yes, you gotta go. You gotta go. You're not far. You're not too far, I don't think, anyways. So yeah, check it out. I think you'll love it, brother. I really do. I think you'll enjoy. AutoZ is a terrific company. I've had XC for 4 years now. Yeah, good. Yeah, good. I'm glad to hear that you're enjoying those. Yeah, they're good, man. I don't know. I don't know, Hazy. I will find out for you. I might have. I'll hit you up on Discord. I'll find out and I'll hit you up on the Discord after. I'm not sure if we have it in stock right now. I'll have to look into that for you. Yeah, the 600 series is pretty clampy, Dylan. I do agree with that. Yeah, the DCAs are so comfortable. Like, you have no problem with comfort. At least I don't have any problem with comfort with any of the DCA headphones, honestly. They're all so comfortable. That's one of the things they just excel at. And with the ability to, fold up too and just travel anywhere. Yeah, I mean, they need a legit amp. That's one thing it's a misconception for maybe newer people that, because they're so portable and they fold up because of the gimbal design, that they don't need a amp. But I find that they need some current. But like most of the portable cord stuff just just works extremely well with them. I mean, not only just from a power rating perspective, but also from a sound signature perspective, they just kind of mesh. So I know Dan's a big fan of Cord, owning it personally. I know he has other stuff as well, but I know he owns several Cord products. So um, I know that there's a legit synergy that takes place between most of his headphones and Cord products. So if you're a Cord owner, something to think about. Let's see. Your Ellicott. Yeah, that's pretty big, isn't it? The Ellicott 8200. I don't see why you couldn't. I mean, as long as you're close by, just let them know. Just check with them in advance. I don't think there's a problem with it, at least not to my knowledge. I could be wrong. So, but I don't think so. I've seen the guys talk to other people that said they wanted to bring in an amp or a pair of headphones, and they said, sure, go for it, and you can test out other headphones with them. So I don't see why not. Ace of Spades. What's my speaker setup looking like right now? I've got speakers from before I worked for the Source. So I have some brands that we don't carry. So I've got a pair of Klipsch Heresy 4s in one room, and I've married those up with the Marantz 40N, which is actually a sweet little pairing because I sold off some other tube stuff. When all the tube prices started going up, I was just like, I'm going to hold on to a few of my tube amps, but I kind of went to more solid state with some of my speaker stuff anyways. And so I have that with a Marantz 40N and an old turntable that I also had before the Source. So I've got like a little system over there, and it's awesome for the room it's in. I love it, and they fit the room really well because they sit short in that room. They don't break the window line. But then in my main listening room, I have the Sonus Faber Olympica Nova 5s, and I have those, which are just my favorite speakers I've ever heard in this house. They're just not from just a sound perspective, but from an aesthetic perspective, they're so beautiful. Like the craftsmanship is just world class. And, they're larger speakers. So I would say that it's a real statement piece in that room because they really are. They're taller. They do break the window line, but it's so worth it. The sound is so good. I was listening to them last night. Some of my friends are on my Discord. I was just jamming music drops on my Discord last night. What I was listening to some more down-tempo, chill house music, and they just sound so good, like zero fatigue whatsoever, while still providing so much detail, but not in a forced, like edgy kind of way that sometimes you would hear with some speakers. Like it just delivers it in such an elegant, beautiful way. And they have, on their own, they provide plenty of bass because they got 3 woofers. So plus a mid-range and the tweeter. So, but then I also, for some electronic music, I also will mix in, I have 2 Rel T9X subs, which just kind of complete it for me. I wouldn't say I'm a bass head at all. I like pretty much maybe slightly warmer than neutral, but for electronic music and some pop music, I do appreciate the Rel subs because they drop a little bit lower in the frequency range than the Sonus Fabers go. So it just kind of rounds everything out. And I pair those with 2 different amps right now. I have those with the Audio Research Corporation i50 tube amplifier, which is 50 watts per channel. And it's based on the 6550 tube, power tubes. And it is gorgeous sounding, like gorgeous. It's just so clear and clean, and the soundstage is wide and it's just detailed. It's just in holographic, so holographic. It's a beautiful tube amp, and it actually does pretty good with headphones too. It's pretty darn good with headphones too. It's nice for that as well. I enjoy using that as a reference for headphones when I listen as well. And then I also have right now a Cord solid state power amp, and actually it's actually the Sources, and it's actually one that was the floor model, and we're actually selling it because it's not one we carry in the store anymore, but it's still a current amp, and it's something like $4 or $5 grand off, I think, retail. It's a hella killer deal. So if anybody's interested in something like that, let me know and I can get you a link for it. But it's beautiful. Like it doesn't even sound like to me it doesn't sound like a solid state amp because it's in typical Cord fashion, the soundstage is just magnificent. and it pairs really well with the TT2. So I use that the TT2 as that's my reference headphone DAC amp, as well as it's my reference DAC that I pair with that i50 and the Cord power amplifier integrated. And those are my main. That's kind of my main reference right now in the Sonus Faber area, and I just love it. And I guess maybe that's why I was saying earlier I don't have this urge to want to upgrade, because I just love everything in that room right now. It just sounds magnificent. Thank you for that question. I appreciate it, man. Oh, and then in my bedroom, of course, in my bedroom, shoot, I have more speakers actually. In my bedroom, I have a pair of older Definitive Technology speakers and a center channel, like the Mythos 4 line from years ago, like 10 years ago. And I just run in a small Definitive Technology subwoofer in there. And I just run 3.1 channel in my bedroom with a older plasma TV, so we're just watching movies or music in there. And then at my desk, for when I'm editing videos, I have a pair of KEF LS50 Metas, so I'll utilize headphones and speakers when I'm editing videos, so I can make sure the sound is kind of good for both, right? And or also jam to music on those, listen to those as well. And I bought those before I started working for the Source, and I still enjoy them. They're great speakers. And then in my home theater area, I have some older in-ceiling speakers from, I believe, Speakercraft, and then an old Definitive Technology subwoofer. So quite a few different speakers. And I had a few extras, but I sold those. I had to start. It was that whole thing. Is like, speakers start piling up around your house. It's a lot harder to store speakers than it is to store headphones. Hazy, you're all the way out in Ohio, man. Well, just go visit. Take a trip to visit Christopher, and you guys should come in and check out the Source, and you guys could have fun and just check out all the cool stuff. I think you guys would really dig it and have a good time. So you got your WA22 in black. Very cool. Black's always classic. I agree, Christopher. The DCAs are a cool design. The ear cup shape is very ergonomic for me as well. And the fact that you can fold them up with that gimbal design is always just pack them. You add like for me, a Hugo 2, boom, that's all I would need, just that and the Hugo 2. All right. What is my head? Okay, let's see. What is Marcello's favorite headphone tube amplifier at the moment? Can it be OTL or transformer coupled? I mean, geez. My favorite headphone tube amplifier, I still would have to probably give it up to Justin and the Nautilus. I still think that's probably my favorite headphone tube amplifier I've heard, but I haven't heard the WA33, so that's why I want to hear that, or even the WA22. So those are ones I would like to hear, because they're in the same ballpark, I believe, as far as price, and they've been around for a while too. So but right now, I would still probably say I don't own it. I just had it for a while and reviewed it, and that's still probably my favorite tube amp for the time being. But something from Woo could change that. The ARC for headphone is a good tube amp for headphones, but it's I would say if you're primarily headphone listening, something like the Amps and Sound Nautilus or their new Red October would probably be something I'd be really interested in hearing. It's a 300B design, and I really like 300B. I had the Agartha. I did enjoy the Agartha too, as well, but I still think the Nautilus was probably superior for my preferences. Low-end tube amps, like, what do you mean? Like, what price point? Tell me, like, what you're thinking as far as price, and I can give you some ideas of what I would like on lower price stuff. But for speakers, Ace of Spades, if you're primarily a speaker listener, first and foremost, with some light headphone use, the ARC I-50 is just like the sweet spot. And I think they're coming out with 2 new design products. Well, I know they are because they when we live streamed with them, they let us know that they are. I don't know when the release time will be, the timetable on that, but they definitely have um, some more. I believe they're preamp or they're integrated that they have, not integrated, but power amp that they're coming out with. I can't remember what they said, but one of them is going to have a more beefy headphone portion to it. So I'm really curious to see, because if it's got a more in-depth tube portion for the headphone portion of it, that could be a really sweet product from ARC. For headphones, anyways. Because all their stuff is pretty awesome. If you're here, the WA33, your wall is, yeah. That's an investment for sure. But so is the Nautilus. And by the way, we actually are an Amps and Sound dealer. So you can actually come into the source and hear Amps and Sound stuff. So Justin's based in SoCal, not too far from the Source AV, but you can come to the Source AV and hear some of his amps. So if you like the Amps and Sound stuff and tube amps. So, and then we have tons of stuff from Woo. So I mean, we have the WA33, the 22. I think we have their entire line actually from Woo. So if you're thinking about a Woo, you can always come in and listen to them. I think they're both great brands, and they're both made in America, which is always great to try to support local if you can, if you're based in America anyways. Yeah, I think they are a very cool company. Justin's a great guy. Yeah, I really do. I mean, for me, his sound is very unique, and I haven't found anything quite that compares to it yet. But I've heard a lot of people say that the Woo is comparable to some of the Amps and Sound stuff, and just different. You know, everything's like, not one's necessarily better or worse. It's just kind of different, right? Everything's got its unique sound signature and how the circuit is designed and the tubes that are selected. So that's why I think I'm really curious to hear some of the Woo stuff, because I've listened to most of Justin's stuff except for his newer stuff. I haven't heard, and I'm just kind of curious as to how they would compare, at least from audio memory. It's kind of hard, right? Because I don't have his stuff in the house to compare, but unless I just travel down to TSAV, and I think we have a few of his items there. All right, so we've been going for about an hour. This has been super fun. This went by really fast because you guys have been hanging out and just having a blast with me. So, what do you think? So first of all, I'll give you a hint on what our next giveaway is going to be. I'm not going to announce it yet because that'll be a video that'll drop next week. But I'm actually working on it. I got to film. I got to film the talking portion of it after this, and then finish up my B-roll. But I will say it is from Odyssey. So our next giveaway will be from Odyssey. So stay tuned for that. And like with this one, a couple people had asked me questions and sent me messages. If you like all of our social channels, you still have to enter each time. So when the new giveaway happens and it drops, you're going to see like a video that'll go out. Like, so next week I'll announce a new giveaway. And then on that video, or in the video description, I should be more specific and say, you'll see a link to where you can click on that link and then you subscribe. So even if you've liked all of our channels, like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and sign up for our email newsletter and all of those things, you still got to go click all those buttons, and then it'll basically, it's a computer program. It kind of verifies that you've done that stuff, and then that's how you accumulate more and more entries. I think there's like thousands and thousands of entries based on how many entrants we had and how many times they completed all those different actions. So it's important you do that for every giveaway, because if you just like them and then you don't enter the giveaway, then you're not truly entered into the giveaway. So just make sure anytime we do a giveaway, you go to that link in the video description and make sure you click on all those buttons and put your information in. Once you've done it and registered, you should come up in the system. So it's just doing it every time. Yes, I can't say what it is. I can't say what it is, but it is just a product from Odyssey as our next one. So keep your eyes and ears peeled next week. Probably on Sunday. That video will drop on Sunday next week. So usually we do stuff Sunday drops, but Father's Day was tomorrow. So figured any dads out there want to be with their family. I know I did. So all right, cool. So, any other questions for me before we do the drawing for the Dan Clark Aeon 2 Noire closed-back headphones? Anything else? I'll give you guys another second for any other questions to come in. Other than that, we will we'll call it, and I'll do the drawing for us. Let me get it all set up here and ready. All right, it's all set. So now I just got to click the button. So I'm just going to give it another second here and see if any other questions come in. And let me know if you guys want me to do more live streams. I'm always down to do these too. So, you know, just ping me a message, drop me a comment on any of our YouTube videos. You can find me on Instagram if you want to send me a direct message. It's just MR Hi-Fi Reviews on Instagram. You can also message me through the Source AV's Instagram, you know, because I manage their social stuff, or their Facebook page. You can always just say, hey, Marcello, you know, and hit me up and send me a message there, and let me know if you want to live stream about something specific. You know, like actually building a system, speaker system could be a fun live stream too as well. If we don't just do a full video on it, that could be a fun chat. You know, if you want to do something like that, or building a home cinema system, or building a headphone system. So whatever it is, if you have a topic that you want to do a live stream with us on, so it's not just always live streams for giveaways, which we'll keep doing as long as we can do them. So just let me know though. I would be happy to live stream with you guys more. This is fun for me to do this. Joseph 101,000, I got this. Here we go. All right, drum roll. I see the drum rolls happening. I see people ready. Here we go. All right, let me do this. Let's do this. All right. Okay, let me just verify and validate here. Excellent. Yes, these actions were done. Valid. Okay, I'm not going to say your last name, but Kelly L. Kelly L. You have won a pair of the Aeon 2 Noire closed-back headphones from Dan Clark Audio. A big thanks again to Dan Clark Audio helping us to make this possible, and a big thanks to Jason and Steven from the Source AV, allowing such a great opportunity to give back to this community as well. So, Kelly L., I'm going to shoot you an email with your, basically letting you know that you've won. So, it's important that you respond back to my email so we can get some information from you, such as your shipping address and your phone number, so we can give that to the shipping carrier, because we will send anything signature required to make sure that they get to you. So it's really important. So Kelly L., I don't know if you're watching this or your significant other might be watching this, but you have won. Congratulations. And yeah, it's pretty cool. Congrats. Sorry, Joseph. Don't stop entering though, man. Keep trying, man. I don't ever win anything. Like I try to play the lotto and other things. Like I'm in Nevada, so we don't have a lotto here, obviously, but the border is not far from my house. Actually, it's like 20 minutes, so I can hit the California border and get Powerball tickets when I get like 300 or 400 million. I always play. I never win, but man, I would like to. Let me tell you. Congratulations. Yes. Awesome. I love you. You guys are great. Showing your love for Kelly for winning. Awesome stuff. See you, Grumpy Goose. Thanks for joining. Appreciate you, brother. Awesome. Everybody's sending the congrats. Much love to everybody. Awesome. I love it. So I'm going to add these few more comments to the broadcast because I want to show your guys' awesome spirit, and then we'll wrap this up. And stay on the lookout. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, please consider doing it today. And if you haven't dropped a thumbs up or a like on this video, please consider doing that today. We appreciate your support. And make sure you turn on those bell notifications so you get notified when our next video will drop, sometime Sunday next week, most likely. That way you know when the next giveaway is, and you can enter and you can complete all those actions early and often. And don't forget to share once you've entered these, and share that on the social channels that you have, because that gives you additional points as well. But you can read all the full contest rules and regulations directly on there. Oh man, I'm glad you had fun, Edward. That's cool. I had a good time too. Oh, you guys are great. Awesome. I'm just gonna throw a couple more of these up here and then we'll close it out. There you go, Joseph. Gotta get them next time. Don't give up. You can't win if you don't play, so you just got to keep trying. I'm glad everybody had fun. I am near Tahoe, actually, Ace of Spades. I'm actually very close to Tahoe. I'm about 35 minutes on my motorcycle, maybe 40 minutes in my truck, or give or take either way. So I'm very close. Um, I love Lake Tahoe. It's one of the things that keeps me in this region. It's a beautiful place. All right. Much love to you guys all, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Hopefully, you get to spend time with family and friends tomorrow.